Welcome to Riverbend Talent on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
Oh my.
Oh my, indeed. Welcome back to Riverbend Talent. Another Thursday evening in the Riverbend area as we try to get this show on the road, but we kind of ran in here at the last second, didn't we?
Oh, well, you know, you go camping, you never get your head back on straight the next week, you know.
Right.
Oh, yes, this is Riverbend Talent. Thanks for covering. There was no light on, so I wanted to... Well, you know, it wouldn't have mattered, but the shade got closed right as we started, too, so we needed light. So we're off to a roaring start.
Here we go. Hey, brought to you by Halpin Music.
You mentioned
and thanks
my alien buddy.
Thanks so much to those guys. I stopped in there real quick today, and they set me up with exactly what I was looking for. So thanks to the guys at Halpin Music, and also Matt Van Voorhis from Macias Insurance.
It's funny you mentioned Halpin Music setting people up. I noticed on their Facebook page that someone had called them on the phone.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, I heard this song on somebody's, what do they call that? Muzak that they put you on hold with or whatever.
Right.
And it goes kind of da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, Halpin figured it out for him, told him exactly who the artist was. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you know.
That's the service you don't get just anywhere, right?
I mean, so, you know, stepping up to the plate. And I bet if you'd have called Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance
and crooned the song to him, he would have done it.
He might have been able to do it. I don't know. But I was thinking if you got his number, we could try it real quick.
Call him.
Yeah.
I've done this with him. He always is like, oh, that's Justin Bieber. Oh, that's no, it's not Justin Bieber. But, you know, he's always got.
That's his answer?
Yeah, every time. It's his standard answer. Justin Bieber. I don't know.
Man, I'm looking at this list thinking something went wrong here.
Yeah, it doesn't look as quite as big as
I think
normal.
we're missing part of Thursday.
Well, you know what I'm going to do. We're going to have to go back and rely on old-fashioned stuff like the internet. Is that old-fashioned? I don't know.
Well, I think what we'll do is, okay, I know a way around this.
All right.
We'll do the old-fashioned live radio thing. What we'll do is we'll take a break.
Okay.
And we'll start this whole show over when we come back.
We're going to call a mulligan.
Right. Just a quick 1 minute break.
Okay.
That'll give me just enough time to run into the other room, get in the trash can where I threw Thursdays away trying to figure out. It's a long story we won't get into, right? Because everything was changing on us when we got here, and it threw us for a big loop.
Yeah, we kind of walked into a situation that was a little different than normal. And
sometimes it happens in radio. You know, someone's in the room you were using. Now you got to go to this room, and these buttons are different than that button. And it really wasn't buttons, though. It was more internet stuff.
I do have Thursday here, though. It's that easy. It's that easy to pull it up on cottonmouth.org.
Did you see how I started sweating bullets right there for a minute?
I saw that. Right. I did see that. But
while you're pulling that up, what I'm going to do is tell the folks that Rock the Hops is this month, August 17th.
Yeah.
And Astral Moth is our guest tonight.
And they will be playing at Rock the Hops.
Right.
Yeah.
And I actually have where they're going to be playing.
Really? Because I can't find where anybody's playing.
Well, you know, a good band knows how to promote themselves, and all the bands that are playing at Rock the Hops, this is the only listing I could find. Now, it's probably just in my circle. You know how that goes, right?
Yeah.
Because we had them on tonight, and so I was doing, the internet posts, so I tagged them, and, that probably got it in my feed, and all that stuff we ask people to do each week to help out stuff, right?
Right.
Bands and live music. Okay, so they're going to be playing at Jacoby's Art Center, and they will be the second band there, starting at 3:30. They'll play from 3:30 to 4. So I will be at that show, because they were really interesting to talk to. It sounded like music I would really enjoy, and I'm picky. You know that, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they were into a lot of different styles and seemed like they were a bit of a progressive act. We haven't got to hear them yet, though.
So I don't know if that's a good endorsement that, it's music I might like. So, that's not the normal music. Let's get right onto that one, right? So 10% off school supplies. You got the list up?
I do. I got Thursday.
Okay. Well, I was trying to cover. That's the crazy deal of the month, by the way, for Halpin. Go ahead.
10% off school supplies?
Yeah.
There you go.
Orchestra school supplies.
Right. I was going to say they don't have pencils and paper, but...
3-pack of reeds, get some oil, get some grease, care kits, rosin, stuff like that.
All the things you need for your school instruments.
Right.
10% off. Here you go. So tonight, Thursday night, the Sea Shanty Thursday Sing-Along, 6 p.m. at Morrison's Irish Pub.
I did see that they posted some stuff on their website.
Yay.
So rolling it again.
Yes. Happy to hear it. Open mic night at Germania Brewhaus. Open mic night hosted by Jamie Dunn and Davin McClendon. 8 p.m. at the Raging Cajun Piano Bar. So there you go, an open mic night at the piano bar. Get down there and tinkle the keys. DJ Denice, Dwayne Williams, 9 p.m. at Bossa Nova Martini Bar in Alton. Down at the night market, we got Bongo Jack versus the Loop Machine on the inside, which I've heard a lot about Bongo Jack.
Right.
I've never got to see him.
They're playing Gnome Fest.
Yeah, apparently Bongo Jack is just kind of a crazy guy with a loop machine and just it has a really good loop show going on. I believe he also played in a band that was pretty popular called the Blue Fruit Snacks for a while. So also we got the Waters Trifecta outside in the Pocket Park from 7 to 10 p.m. at the night market. 2 of 3 of the Waters Trifecta will be our guests next week.
Right.
Mike and
Number 4
Mark.
combo,
Yeah,
right?
Mike and Mark Waters will be in with the number 4 combo next week. But you can check them out tonight.
Long overdue to have them in.
Wait, long overdue.
Right.
So you can check them out tonight, though, with the Waters Trifecta at the Pocket Park.
And it will be good.
7 to 10 p.m.
Guaranteed.
I guarantee it. Those guys really got their stuff
On their
together.
worst night, they destroy our band.
I don't know if I've seen them on their worst night, but I'm sure it's far better than I was
yeah.
on my best night. So, Hill Williams, 7 to 9 at Grafton's Music in the Park. And so I think that's back down at the regular park now, too.
Yeah, I think so.
Open mic night jam session 9 p.m. at Imperial Pub down in Granite City, and by jam session I believe that means there's a back line with drums and whatnot. So if you got a bass and a guitar, get on down there. DJ Josh, 9 p.m. at the back bar in Edwardsville, and that rounds out our Thursday night in the Riverbend area.
Right on. Thanks for saving me there.
Yeah, well, it's easy because you put it all up on cottonmouth.org, so I'm just reading what you typed in.
Yeah, well, the bad news is I don't think I have Friday either.
I've got it right here. That's the great thing about the website.
I'm dumping all the announcing on you this week. But, hey, before you get carried away and say, oh, you're dumping all this on me.
Yeah.
I did take all the time that it takes to search out every one of those gigs.
I know.
Link them to some place. And believe me, you sat there and watched me.
It's much easier to read them than to do what you did. I'll do my best announcing. We've got Gusto at the Doc Holiday in Cottage Hills this Friday night.
Dang, people are going to hire you if you keep that up.
I highly doubt it.
I don't know, man. Number 1 talk show at one time in St. Louis Market. I mean,
and I never talked like that once.
No, you didn't.
Never once.
Matter of fact, it was more like, huh? What? Leave me alone. I'm busy. That's kind of what your bit was, right?
So, what were we talking about?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, I remember. It was this thing, the paper slip theater, man. They prevent the improv comedy. Yeah, man.
They don't prevent it. They present it.
Oh, see, I don't know. I was way into preventing things, man. An ounce of prevention, brother. No.
That was a Rickyism there. That was a little trailer park language.
I was trying to go back into what when you said I was on a number 1 show. I was trying to slide back on into that character there.
Right. So I don't think it was quite that either.
I don't think it was quite a character.
No.
I think it was pretty much real.
Well, Dave Glover's wife enjoyed you. So you had that going. If that's why you stuck around so long, it's the only reason.
Probably the only reason. I'm sure he wanted to get rid of me like the first week. He was probably like, who is this guy, man? How did he even get hired here?
About the time you got tired of making fun of you, right?
Look, I'm not easy to get over making fun of because
Right.
I got a lot of good qualities you can make fun of day in and day out. I don't know.
There's some videos up on cottonmouth.org to verify that information.
Oh gosh, I don't even know. Anyway, Matt Taul every Friday night, 6 to 9 p.m. at Bigelos Bistro, and I'm telling you, if you're going to go up there, try the pulled pork.
Yeah,
It's delicious.
which is, as Matt mentioned on a post today, the perfect pregame for who's playing at the Wild E tonight. That's what he's calling it. Come pregame with Matt Taul at Bigelos Bistro, get some dinner, and then go over to the Wild E because they got a star there tonight.
I'm looking for it. I'm going down your list.
Yeah, well,
I don't have it
his
on
name's
there.
John Mayall.
Oh wow, John. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
So this is the pregame.
right.
The 6 to 9 is the pregame. So you go to Bigelos Bistro, get you some food, get you some drinks, listen to Matt, and then it's a short stroll, a couple of blocks down
Right,
to the
and then
Wild
after
Theater.
that, hit the Stagger, because they'll be going still, right? Or the back bar, which is
There's a lot going on up in
right.
Edwardsville.
So get into it.
The
What's going
Mondin
on?
band is going to be at the Stagger too.
Right.
So that's from 5 to
my.
8 p.m.
There's a walk, a few blocks right there, just 3 outstanding acts.
So here's how it goes down. You're going to go 6 o'clock. You're going to be at Bigelo's, right?
Okay.
You're going to check out Matt. You're going to eat some dinner, and then at 8 o'clock you're going to stagger down to the Stagger Inn again.
Right.
Check out the Mondin
Wait a
band.
minute, isn't Mayall on at 8?
Well, but Mondin's on from 5 to 8.
Oh,
So
okay, I got
you
you.
could actually go to the Stagger at 5.
First, right.
Check
Get a
out
warm-up.
check out Mondin band, then go down on your way down to the Wildies. Stop into Bigelo's, have another drink.
I don't know if you
see
could like
Matt.
place an order at Bigelow's, then go down to Stagger, catch Mondin, and come back and the food would be ready.
Oh, this is getting
That'd be
confusing.
insane. But
That would be okay.
Anyways.
All right, here's the perfect plan. You're gonna park at Bigelow's, walk in and place an order, go down and watch some Mondin band, come back, your order's there, you eat your dinner, you watch Matt Taul, and you just sonder on down to Wild E Theater for John Mayall. That's
Right.
quite an evening up there.
Yeah.
Going on up there. Anyway, back to what. Did we just plan some people's evenings?
we did.
Right
and
now,
we
some
didn't
people
even
are
bring
taking
up the back
notes.
bar. I mean, I threw it in there, but that's an option right there too.
And yeah, there.
I think they have a DJ tonight. If not,
Yeah, there you
if
go.
not. Or tomorrow night. Wait a minute. We're talking about tomorrow night.
We're talking
Yeah.
about Friday night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Friday
tomorrow night. So, tomorrow night at 8 p.m. at Morrison's Irish Pub in Alton, Illinois. Oh, I don't have anything down for that.
Well,
It
you
just
know,
says
because they're not
8
quite
p.m.
updating stuff yet. They're
Right,
still just trying to get
just
it
getting
going.
back in. Okay.
And so I left it open like that just so in case, like right
Hoping.
before.
Yeah. All right, Bud Summers Trio, 8 p.m. at the Franchise in Wood River. 8:30, at 9:30 at the Pump House, HOOKiE.
All right.
There you go. So those guys are always fun. Dan Sprout, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the AERIE'S Winery Resort in Grafton. Scott and Karl, 6 p.m. at the Grafton Loading Dock. And good to see a lot of stuff going on at that down in Grafton again.
Back and
They
rolling.
needed it, man.
Hog pit's fired up.
Decades Apart, 9:30 at Doits Village Inn in Pontoon Beach this Friday night. Lanny and Julie, 7 p.m. at the Granite City Moose. Clay Page, 8 p.m. at the Alton Sports Tap.
Now, he's a national act, kind of.
An American Idol guy,
Right,
apparently.
and not from around here, but I thought I'd include it.
Well, it's $12 to get in, so
Yeah.
I'm going to include that so people don't
Right.
go down there thinking
Right.
they're going to see Clay for free.
Right.
Clay's got to eat, okay?
Right.
So Clay needs to get back home to Wyoming or wherever he came from. I don't know.
I think it's east, but
I don't know.
that's okay.
Jason Nelson Duo, 8 p.m. at the Cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon. I really want to stop by there and
Yeah.
check that. It looks neat from the outside as
I'm
you drive
saying,
by.
yeah.
I got to stop in there.
Someone should just call in and give us a report.
Yeah. Anyone who's been to the creek at the cabin at Judy Creek in Glen Carbon, let us know. Is that a cool place? It sure looks cool.
Yeah.
Here's another band that's kind of like our guest next week, number 4 combo, a band that we talk about all the time and still haven't had on. Flip the Frog.
Oh, yeah.
9 p.m. at the Oasis in Carrollton on Friday night. We got to get those guys in.
Yep.
I've met them a couple of times out and about. just happened to like be talking and find out, hey, I'm in a band. What's a band? Flip the Frog. Oh, you know. Still haven't got to see them yet, though.
And the reason we mention them a lot, they're great at promoting their band. They have an outstanding website. It's up to date for months in advance, and it's a lot of work, and it matters because they're on our radar every week.
That's why we're talking about them every week, for sure.
Next, or is that it?
That's it, man. That's it. That is our Friday night in the Riverbend area.
So I think I have Saturday. Does it start with the LP trio at?
Well, I thought we were going to do the.
Well, I just want to make sure I'm caught up on my list here with you. so is that the next one, or do I have to during this interview go run and try to figure out what I did with my papers? What's the first one on Saturday? What do you got over there?
The first thing on Saturday is LP Trio. There you go.
Okay, so I'm caught up. That's
all right, we're all caught up now.
See how we did that?
Wow, and we did it so smooth and cool and behind the scenes. Nobody even knows how jacked up it was.
Yeah, we made people nervous thinking we were going to take a break and start over. And man,
we don't need no stinking break.
Good thing we planned all this out.
Look, so the script says I'm supposed to cough.
Amazing idea, right?
So, yeah, I don't. Nothing has been planned on this show, not once ever.
Well,
except maybe guess. So
anyway, go through this list and make sure it's on the website. So when casually happens with the printer, right?
Right.
You can bail me out with your phone.
And if we ever mess it up completely, you can always go to cottonmouth.org and check out the list. And if you're out running around on the weekend and you're thinking, what was all that stuff they said? Look it up. Yep. It's easy. Look it up on your phone.
And I like to mention to the bikers, hey, you want to set up a run? Perfect way to do it. Go to the webpage, go down the list, look at Grafton, look at Edwardsville, wherever you're headed, We got a lot of stuff on there now from Staunton up that way.
Yeah.
The bikes like to roll that way.
And a lot of good music going on up that way.
Right. And
Goose Miller Band. Love those guys.
While we're on the thing about, traveling around on the bikes, I noticed that Portage to Sioux is starting to open again. Yeah. August 17th will be, so I'm pointing this out because, we talk each week about how tough it was for Grafton.
Right.
Portage to Sioux, still not open. Still not open. Yeah. They're looking at August 17th over there. And they've missed out on some big events now. So, and that's not far. That's a great berry ride, or something like that.
Yeah, no, you get skip a rock and hit it almost.
Yeah. You ever go over to the statue there, Lady of the River or whatever?
Yeah, actually, back in the day on boats, we would take boats over across there, and but I never really found it in the car.
They're going to have the blessing of the fleet coming up over there. That's why I bring that up. That's a bunch of bands playing stuff like that. So.
We'll have to talk about that as it comes.
And then Rat Run's coming. Lots of stuff coming. Lots of stuff coming as usual.
It has been
busy hops.
Yep, been a busy summer with lots of stuff going on, and we are not done yet, man. We're not out of the woods.
Nope. We're going to keep informed, and because there's so much going on. And what we'll do now is we'll head off to our guest, right?
Let's do it.
Astral Moth.
They will be playing Rock the Hops.
Good time with those guys when they came in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is a taped interview, so we appreciate them coming in and when we needed them to, right? We're still looking for some other bands for Rock the Hops to come on, right?
Yeah. We're gonna try and line one up before Rock and another one up before Rock the Hops, but.
Right. Closing in on us.
It's closing in, and we're gonna do it though. We're gonna do it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's take one of those breaky thingies and check in with Astral Moth right here on Riverbend Talent on the Big Z, brought to you by Halpin Music Company and Mr. Matt Van Voors of Macias Insurance.
And now more Riverbend Talent
with Dennis Laird and Pig Pen.
More Riverbend Talent here on the Big Z. I'm Dennis, and you're still Pig Pen. Yeah. Still sponsored by Halpin Music Company, Mr. Matt Van Voors of Macias Insurance. Couldn't do it without him, so make sure you thank them for supporting us because it keeps us getting new bands on the air.
And I want to thank Halpin for the new guitar strings, new strings on my guitar.
Nice.
Not that they gave them to me, but thanks for having them. And I want to thank Matt Van Voorhis for insuring all my stuff because I'm pretty careless. It's nice to know I'm insured. So thanks to both of them personally from me.
I'm surprised you can be insured.
It was a lot of paperwork, I'm going to be honest. Lots of paperwork to make that happen.
And knowing Matt, he did most of it for you.
He did, you know. He does all the work. All I said is please insure me because I know I'm going to screw something up.
So I tried to segue you in with the new band thing earlier, and you kind of flew right past it. And so try again. Who's the new band we have in tonight?
We're going to be meeting a new band. Astral Moth is in this studio with us. Hey guys, we're going to go. I'm going to say hi to one by one so we know who's here. We got Matt Fruit Tiger. Is that it?
That's close.
Frutiger. I put Fruit Tiger. Frutiger. Matt Frutiger drums, the drummer for Astral Moth. Aaron Williams.
How you doing?
The bass player. Jason Wood, keyboards.
Hello.
Justin Gosney, guitar.
Yep. How you doing?
And missing in action, Mr. Too Good to Show Up for the radio interview. No, Nathan Sander, also a guitar player, right?
Correct.
So at the current stage, you guys are a 5-piece original act, but one of the things we're going to talk about is that you're actually looking for a 6th member.
That's true.
Yes.
So you're also playing Rock the Hops, and you're working on a demo, and we're going to talk about a lot of things, but let's dive into that real quick. So anybody who's listening that's going, man, I've always wanted to be a singer in a band.
Yeah.
You know, how do they get a hold of you? What are you looking for? Other than someone special. We knew that. I know that from the pre-interview that Matt told me that you guys want someone special. So
I think up to this point, we've been an instrumental. So as a singer, you're walking into an instrumental band. So we've never thought too much about vocals for any of these songs. So I think that's going to be the tricky part.
So you might want someone who not only is into writing lyrics, but or maybe you guys have lyrics, but into the arrangements, helping figure out where they fit.
Right. We want them to be an instrument themselves.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're kind of mathy as well. Right. So they're going to have to
take calculus.
Right.
We're going to have to study really hard for this one.
But I mean, they have a lot of room to fluctuate because of the harmonies and stuff that we have. So in the rhythms.
And like you say, since you've wrote all the songs as instrumentals, you bring a vocalist in. Sometimes you might have to work a little bit on the arrangement. You know, hey, we're going to take that out an extra 4 bars.
Right.
You know, just so I can say what I want to say here.
Yeah.
I got a lot of stuff to say, guys.
Which would be good. I mean, most of our songs, the way we write is we don't necessarily write like verse, then chorus, then verse, then bridge, then that.
Dude, that's the formula to sell songs. What are you doing?
We're not trying to sell songs. We're just trying to rock heads.
Look, man, look. Okay, so
that's good because no one's selling songs.
Yeah, nobody's selling songs
anymore. Buying songs anymore, right?
Right.
No, we're just trying to melt faces here.
That's awesome. So let me ask you this before we move off the whole singer thing. Not that we're going to move off of it. We'll keep talking about it. But do you guys write lyrics already? Are you looking for someone to come to the table with some lyrics? Or
I mean, we could write lyrics. We haven't. But I think we're all talented enough to be able to write some kind of lyrics to it. But if the singer comes in, mainly what we're looking for is somebody who's reliable, who's not a drug addict. Because we don't want to do it.
Oh man, you just lost half our audience.
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
we had like 20 people listening that were like, "I want this," and they're all like, "Oh, I think I just stay on watch Flintstones." Yeah. Oh,
we just want somebody that's responsible, cool, laid back, shows up to shows, shows up to practice.
That's important.
And isn't just a giant hassle.
Right.
We've dealt with all musicians. Musicians like some guys can be just a total pain in the ass to deal with.
And girls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And dogs. And, no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. If they come in to the table with a lot of drama, for sure, it makes it hard to. Unless you're writing dramatic songs, it doesn't necessarily lend to the purpose.
Right. We're trying to be productive. We want to put out records and play shows, and we need somebody who's serious about it and focused. Like we are. We're all real serious about what we're doing.
And all bands become little families, so you got to fit into the family, right?
Yeah,
Right. Exactly.
Hardcore.
Right.
When they let me join up, I felt at home right away. I mean, it was really, really cool. So they gave me the freedom to play. They didn't dictate what I had to play.
Right.
So they let me do my own thing, and I wrote, all my bass lines to their stuff, and it took me a little bit, but
Right.
I got there because I'm a guitar player by trade, and so to get back into thinking about rhythms and stuff, I really had to lock horns with Matt here, and get it down, and I mean, it was really good. And these guys are my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when you're in a band, it's kind of like that. You travel together. Well, if you're not always in a U-Haul traveling together, but a lot of bands end up in U-Hauls traveling together, staying in stinky hotels together, doing all, And
I'm down.
And even if you're not doing that, even if it's just every week getting together in a basement or in a studio and playing, it's no fun if it's a hassle.
Right, exactly. That was my point earlier. We'd love to try out anybody who's interested in playing with us, but if you've got drama on your table, don't show up, man. We don't want to deal with it.
And if you can't leave the attitude at the door,
yeah, exactly.
If you got a dramatic life, but you can check that at the door and come in and rock out, great, man, great.
Yeah, we're all for it.
Life can be dramatic, but
Absolutely.
it's whenever people bring it in and you're trying to work on something, but they're spun out on
Exactly.
whatever else is going on and not focused on the project at hand. It can be tough, man.
Yeah, they better spin their asses on back out the door.
So when did you guys get together?
Well, it's weird. I think we've all been in the same circles for like the last 20 years. I mean,
nice.
how long you guys been friends?
Since the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Mid-90s, wow.
At the same time, they were going to shows in the 90s. Me and Nathan, we were in high school friends. We were going to the same shows, but we didn't know each other back then.
Yeah.
So it's always been in the same circles.
Yeah.
Aaron was in a band at the same time. Nathan was in a band back in high school, late 90s, who the band shared a house where us as skateboarders would hang out. And so we knew I bumped shoulders with him when we were in high school as well. So it goes back a long way, even though we didn't know it.
Right.
Roots run deep.
Indeed.
It does,
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
But as far as this goes,
Yeah, as far as we've been together, 2 years now, working on things?
We've all, like...
It was a slow start. Like,
Yeah.
We have problems with the bass players, go figure.
Even before that, like, there was ideas.
I can see it, man. I don't know that you figured it out yet, because this guy seems like a lot of trouble over here, man. He keeps with that hardcore thing. I'm a little scared of him, a little bit, but I kind of want to be his friend, but I'm kind of scared, so I don't know. It's like, right. It's like you're dangerous, but that perfect amount of dangerous to make it exciting. No,
You know what? They wanted a bad boy.
fucking nerds.
Well, they already had a good dancer in Matt here.
Actually, you gotta see this guy play. Yeah. And you'll see some dancing.
He's got the dance moves. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I told him, I was like, I'll be the black sheep of the family.
So you guys
It's only
all
funny on video, by the way.
And there are videos.
You're like more of a Cocoa Brown sheep, really.
That kind of, a little mocha.
Anyway, you guys all sort of grew up with the roots together, but now you're kind of spread out from Belleville to Maryville to Alton. So, how often do you get together?
Once a week.
Once a week. Still all drive all the way up to Belleville. Huh?
I do. He lives there, obviously. He's in Belleville. St. Louis.
I'm in St.
Yeah,
Louis.
so
St. Louis, and then Nathan's out of Maryville.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So I think you usually drive to Nathan's house, don't you?
sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
But it's worth it, you know. It's
carpool.
It's the week. It's the day of the week I look forward to. You know?
Absolutely, yeah. It's the great escape.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about being the singer, you might want to have transportation.
Indeed.
Right? That'd be good. Yeah.
Or live in Belleville.
Oh, yeah. like next door to me.
Walking distance
Or some
to
really
Justin.
thick Nikes.
I'm ready.
and some calves like Popeye's forearms, you know. I don't know. You know, those were tumors in Popeye's forearms. A lot of people didn't know that. That thing was, I had a stroke years before the cartoon was
Too much
not.
spinach.
I have no clue about that, but I did do some reading on Popeye. Actually, it was like, what, a month and a half or 2 months ago.
Wow.
About how the artist, what was the artist's name?
Poop Dick Pappy.
Yeah, we'll say Smith.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, how Olive Oil and Poop Dick Pappy, like he was an actual sailor, but I mean, he was like on the barges and he brought deliveries up, and like he was so, his forearms were so massive that he was a Gentile person, but he couldn't stand it when you made fun of kids.
Wow.
Like he loved kids.
Yeah.
So the guy that wrote it, or drew Popeye, hung around him, and he was always smoking a cigar, and when he fought, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like it was like if you did something to a kid or said something smart to a kid that he had on the boat,
Right.
he was whooping you.
Battleships.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And then look at Olive Oil and say, well, blow me down. What kind of catchphrase is that to give the kids?
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying. You know, every now and again, you hear those catchphrases where you're like, really? Remember the Dig 'em Sugar Smack? Smack, smack, sugar smack. Give me a smack and a smack you back. Is that about heroin? I don't even know at this point.
I don't know.
No, okay, I'm sorry. Back to the interview. So you guys, you're getting ready to play Rock the Hops coming up August 17th.
Yep.
Couple weeks down the
Super
road.
excited about that.
That's a great show to get in. A great thing to get in for local original bands, and the Maters do a great job putting that one on. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Not sure your venue yet.
No, I haven't heard.
Okay, but we know it's going to be a great venue because they always line up a lot of good ones. So, in addition to your Rock the Hops coming up in August 17th, you're and Ann looking for a vocalist. You guys working on a demo already without the vocalist, right?
Yeah. You have to go ahead.
Well, yeah, you can't wait on that magic vocalist. You guys should look for Dig 'em the Sugar Smack guy to sing for you.
In fact, we did, but
Yeah.
He's already
You said
said,
no
yeah.
drug addicts, and he was all smack,
No,
smack.
He couldn't get enough milk.
How does a frog find a vein? I don't even know how that works.
his main thing.
Dig 'em. All right. So anyway, what were you guys working on the demo at?
Just in our space, in our
Do
practice space.
it yourself, right?
Oh, eventually we don't want to, but yeah.
Right. But for now, you're working on your own.
Yeah, we've
Most-
we've gotten some nice gear and a nice
Practice space,
studio, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of in our practice space. So if we actually spent a little more time, I think, then if we had enough time, if there were enough hours in the day, I think we could, with the stuff that we have, the tools, we could probably record our own demo.
Well, come on with the Garage Band now.
Right.
It really makes recording a lot easier than what it used to. But I think that I'm in another band called Kilberas, and we recorded an album at Encapsulated Studios. And I think that I would like to get us back there because Gabe Ussery, who recorded that album, is fantastic.
Actually, we were talking about doing a splits.
I just
splits.
talked
Yeah.
about that's what I was talking to Dan about today.
Oh, okay.
I mentioned it again.
Uh-oh.
So,
So you
yeah.
got inside information. You heard it
Nice.
first right here, people.
Breaking news.
Look at that. Breaking news.
I don't know how newsworthy it is.
I don't know either, but it seemed like it was something that's happening right now. Like he was just informing you. You didn't even know. Wow.
Yeah.
Listeners found out at the same time that Justin did. So there you go.
Feel
And
lucky.
We're
the
ahead of the
sound
curve.
we have is like there's a lot of influence. Like we have a lot of different influences coming into this and collectively together as along with the same influences. So like I'm a huge King Crimson and Shiner geek.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
100%. And these guys are
Court of the Kings and Crim, man.
Love
Crimson.
that
I said that
album.
wrong. Have you ever seen them live?
no
Amazing to see live. Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
see them live back in the '90s. Man, it was amazing. They were on one of the Horde Fests. I believe it was Horde Fest that I saw them on. Yeah, great band, man.
Man, that would have been awesome.
Yeah. What about what other influences you guys got going?
Let's see.
Palace,
I mean,
so
yeah.
many.
Going back to high school days, like Pitchfork, Rock from the Crib, Drive Like Jehu, that's the rock side of me. And then I think the electric side would be like, Mogwai, Trans Am, the VSS, kind of like the Locust when it goes into that kind of stuff too.
Nice.
I like crazy sounds.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why, he has such good texture to it because he uses a Moog.
Oh,
so you can do all
nice.
kinds of crazy little-
You got a full size or mini?
It's a sub 32.
Sub 32, man, nice. You feel like a old school telephone operator.
It's not modulated.
Yeah,
It's not modulated.
it's not a chord to chord. It's
it's
keys
okay.
and knobs.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Key. I'm picturing the old Moogs with the
No.
where you patch your own sounds in. You actually have to run wires to patch in what you're
Yeah.
wanting, which is just a whole other set of skills you have to have
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
But man, the sounds those things put out, amazing.
They're crazy.
Really, really cool. Yeah.
Awesome. So, Rock the Hops coming up August 17th, man. If people want to find out, you got anything else?
No, pretty much you got it covered there.
I
You're doing
feel
an
like-
amazing job.
Is he hired?
I would like to mention that we're sponsored by Halpin Music and Mr. Matt Van Voorhis and Macias Insurance. Now go ahead, back to you.
Oh my gosh.
Dig 'em. Something about dig 'em.
Something about a frog. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
So we're sitting here talking to Van Halen, right? Well, who are we talking to again?
We're talking about influences. You went ahead and grabbed one that we all love.
Yeah.
It's got to be one of the greatest records ever written.
I'm sorry.
Astral Moth.
Astral Moth. I got it wrote down here. My brain just kind of snapped there whenever you said it. When you said you're doing a fabulous job, I went, oh, that's some sarcasm dripping over sarcasm.
How should I take this?
Right. Oh, I know exactly how to take it. Right. Thick and slow. No, anyway. Anyway, so you guys gonna be playing Rock the Hops coming up, man. Excited about that. Now, when's the last time you guys gigged, or how many? How often do you gig?
We had a show a couple months ago.
Couple months.
Quite that long ago, was it?
Yeah, well, not too long ago. We've had 5, so we can still count them on one hand.
Oh, really? So you're not a lot of gigs coming. It's mainly time and working on the songs. So
Really
far.
working on the songs. Yeah, our
Yeah.
songs are pretty long and they're intricate.
Nice.
There's a lot of parts. We have chord changes constantly. It's not like we just jam on one riff for 5 minutes and then change. It's going from change to change to change to change.
Nice.
Well, you just use major keys, though, right?
Mostly minor keys, really.
Dude, that's too sad. You can't do minor
I
keys.
love the
It's so
sadness, man.
It does, but it doesn't sound.
D minor's the saddest of all chords. You got to admit it. You
That
can't
is
deny
pretty
that.
sad, man.
That is a sad chord.
You're gonna make me weep right now.
Yeah, E minor's a little more like exciting.
Right.
Oh, it's
love
gonna
working
happen.
that
Something's
key,
gonna come around the corner at me. I don't know. We don't have to go all over the minor chords. How do you feel about the B minor? I'm sorry. Anyway,
But it's I would say it's a really good mix, melting pot of how the music is in writing. And
Awesome.
if you are into the old what do they call it? Prog rock.
oh yeah,
Right.
meets
absolutely.
Indie.
Yeah.
You've got us.
Yeah.
Elements of, like,
with some shoegaze.
post-rock,
influence.
yeah.
Yeah, we're
Shoegaze.
probably more post-rock shoegaze band, really.
Right,
yeah.
We use a lot of delays, like guitar-wise. My influences, like David Gilmour, Pink Floyd's probably my all-time favorite band.
Well, yeah.
So I work a lot in like reverb and delay and just making it sound as big as I possibly can. Then Nathan, the other guitar player, is really a fantastic, like a
Dresser.
and dancer. No,
Great dancer.
He's a rock guitar player. He can write rock riffs.
Where
really
you're
well.
using the reverb and delay, he's using the flanger.
He's using. He's driving the song like the Zeppelin, kind of rhythms while I'm creating ambience. Then
Nice.
he throws in
Nice.
the texture.
Everyone's finding their own place in the mix, man.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Took us a while
I'm
to
looking
figure
forward to
it out.
hearing it, man.
That's-
So when
We're not
do you think the
invited.
demo is going to come out?
I mean, hopefully, if we do it ourselves, we can have it quick. I don't know. At the 7-inch, we'd have to talk about it as 2 bands. We share a
Hey,
member,
don't
obviously.
7-inch. Don't start bragging.
Nah.
We need to get just on digital down first, so we can
Sure.
at least presented.
I mean, the idea is
You
to
know,
be as tight as possible before you go into the studio because studio time's not cheap.
Yeah.
No,
So we want to be able to just go through the songs, lay the tracks, then lay the guitars.
Technically, we have
Sid
a whole
Vicious didn't even learn the songs till he was in the studio.
That's because
Come on, man. No, that's cool.
It's got to
So-
be tough though to plan a demo and then not really know what the vocals are going to sound
See,
like.
that's kind of where we're
That's
at.
gonna
why we
change
haven't
everything.
recorded anything yet. Like,
Yeah.
That's why we haven't gone to the studio. It's because we're like, well, do we record an album and then find a vocalist, or do we wait for a vocalist then record the album?
Yeah.
So we've
Or
just been
get-
working on songs.
or get a
really.
vocalist and then
trying to get as tight as
some
possible.
of our new stuff. Then
Well, that's how it
obviously
almost have to be,
incorporate-
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we have 8 songs, 7
Nine.
songs, 9 songs.
8.5.
Yeah.
8.5, I like that.
So,
8 and 3/4, we'll call it. I put a bridge on that.
It's like
last
when you're
one.
8 years old, you're not 8, you're 8.5.
Right.
So yeah, I mean it's about 40 minutes of music, so it's not
Yeah.
Wow.
horribly long yet. So
Right.
depends if we do stuff for a singer, if we're gonna do little
Right.
snippets of our sound professionally. So if we get actual applicants that we could give them that they could practice on, things like that,
Yeah.
that would make decisions for us.
There you go.
But yeah.
Yeah. That's
Well,
a tough spot to be in, not really knowing where it's going next.
Yeah.
Especially while you're writing it.
Well, and like you say, you hate to record the whole album and then the singer come in and go, okay, I got some lyrics, but we got to rearrange this one.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Well, we've already paid for this arrangement.
Right.
And we can't afford another arrangement unless we take out a life insurance policy on Matt here.
So-
He's a heavy
so I can-
smoker. He's probably going to go quick.
So yeah. So I guess it depends on coming to a crucial deciding point.
Yeah, I think
So-
our main focus though isn't necessarily getting in the studio as much as it is
Playing shows.
Playing
playing
shows,
shows
there
and
you go.
writing music. Writing the songs
Yep.
that are worth
and
presenting.
hanging out.
and finding a
Have fun.
vocalist.
Yeah,
So
finding a vocalist,
anybody out there, whether you're listening on radio or it's on YouTube, you got to check this out. This is how you do it. You go to Rock the Hops on August 17th. You see Astral Moth play. You don't even have to tell them you're interested. You can listen to them first and then go,
Absolutely.
I don't want to sing for those guys. They don't sound anything like Debbie Gibson, and that's what I'm going for.
Please listen before you ask. Yeah.
Or it might be like, oh, this is right in my wheelhouse.
Yes.
So,
That would be
if you're
fantastic.
thinking about it right now, I'm going to say you should go to Rock the Hops
Yeah.
August 17th and check it out. That's what I would do.
You're probably going to be there anyways.
I'm going to be there.
Right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We're gonna do some shots, and then we're gonna drink some beers, and then we're gonna do some more shots. That's
Nice.
Then we're
all
gonna
I
rock the
can say
hops.
about that.
Hops and
All
rock.
right, that sounded like a challenge almost. I
Well,
would say,
yeah.
I think Aaron was throwing the gauntlet down there. or
He's
something.
very
I-
confrontational.
Yeah, I could tell by the big smile and all the jovial laughing that this guy's very confrontational. Like, you're coming on strong too. You're a little eager. Why would I ever hire you?
Cool, man.
He's a bass player.
Hire me.
Anyway,
Seriously, man. There's a lot of bands out there that are instrumental.
yeah,
But I think that our sound really stands out from the rest of them. And I'm not, and that's not saying anything bad by them at all, because I can name
a lot
some
of
that
great
are
bands
awesome.
out
We're just different.
We're really just, I think, that different.
That's how I sold it to Drew. When I was talking to Drew when we were applying and stuff, he told me there's a lot of loud bands. There's a lot of loud bands that apply. I'm like,
Yeah.
we're different. Like,
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
go to a lot of shows with
We're
loud
loud,
bands, and
but we're different.
We're different. It's
We're
not
loud,
that.
different
We're
kind
not
of
a run of the mill
loud.
instrumental kind of droney.
Right.
Right.
It's not that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting and fun.
well, that's good because sometimes that long droning just makes me
Right.
sad.
Yeah.
And I sink in a corner.
I really think you're going to dig it, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
there's
really do.
very little droning in our songs. Actually,
Yeah.
the changes are
And the moods are way more upbeat.
Awesome.
different patterns,
Good
and,
melodies going on.
elements of like indie rock, post rock, punk, math rock. It's all
I
kind
got
of
tired of
blended
dropping.
into
I know, I probably
our
will.
songs. It's different.
So if somebody comes down and sees you and they want to, or even if they don't see it, but they say, man, this sounds interesting. I really want to know more. How do they get a hold of you to try to be your singer?
They can reach us on instant message, like Facebook. We're Astromoth on Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram.
So there you go. Facebook, Astral Moth, ASTRALMOTH, Astral Moth.
Yeah, our email is the reverse. It's Moth Astral.
Now you're getting confusing.
I know.
I don't
The
even
damn
know what's
internet
going
fills
on
up really
anymore.
fast. So yeah, it's mothastral@gmail.
Mothastral@gmail.com. So
Yeah.
But Facebook,
Yeah, you can IM. I do the Instagram page, and I think Jay, you do the Facebook, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like pics and little sound clips. On
Yeah, there's
there.
some.
Yeah, there's
you
some-
kind of get an
Okay.
idea
So
of
you
the
can
sound.
kind of they're like maybe 1.5 minute sound, but like pieces of our songs.
There you go.
Yeah.
We've actually gotten shows from those little sound
Yeah,
snippets.
which is
Nice.
funny.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
People get a
excellent.
hold of us and say, hey, man, we heard that little sound snippet and think it would be good.
Can you do more of that?
Even the few shows we played,
We can.
people will come up and say, "Oh, you guys are just very different." You know,
That's
Good, but it's
interesting,
really
yeah.
different.
Oh,
Well,
I
you
don't
had
even
me.
have-
You had me hooked when you said you don't stick with the same riff over and over, and that you change constantly. So
I don't think
that's
you go back
that's
to
Say
a same
sometimes you
riff
don't
in the
even go
same
back.
song.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's almost like riff. That's why I say we don't write.
That's my
Like a
style.
story.
Totally.
It's
Yeah.
a bunch of parts that we
It is
figured
a
out how to
story.
put together.
I would like it, Pigpen. I think.
I
Because
think
we
so.
did- Not having a vocalist
Something
made
tell-
you guys write songs the way you do on the material. Because for the longest time before we even had a bass player, before we even started as Astral Moth, it was like I lived in California, and Justin and I and Nathan, and we would all kind of be exchanging ideas through emails, playing
Yeah.
stuff in GarageBand, recording it, and saying,
Right.
hey, what do you think of this? Oh, I can add this to this or do this, and then sending it back and forth. And then I moved back here 2016, I guess.
Yeah.
We started jamming again.
Yeah.
We decided, well, now we got all 5 of us can come together and go and actually play. And
Now we can start.
well,
playing shows
you've been
for-
with us for a
Yeah.
little over a year now, right? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but in the beginning it was rough, just because it was.
Internet bridging the gap.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
This became its own creature.
Exactly.
So there you go, man. So that's mothastral@gmail.com is the email. Or you can just go onto Facebook and put in Astral Moth, get a hold of them, or Instagram, and they are looking for a singer. They're a solid 5-piece act who practices in Belleville.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. If you don't have transportation to Belleville, it's probably not going to work out.
I got one more question.
Okay.
Where
For
did
me?
you come up with the name Astromoth?
Kind of random words. I mean,
Yeah, we went through about 100 different ideas and names. We were thinking about using Types and Shadows, which was a name that Matt and I had. That we had a project before we all got together, and we were gonna maybe use that name over, but we were thinking, well, now there's new members, new music. Let's just change the name. So we just went through it, and I think
well,
one
we
day I was just
we
like,
have
what do you guys
fascination
think of
with
Astral Moth?
space and
Yeah.
stuff, and
Yeah, obviously space
yeah,
tattoos.
and we like Mothra. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Astral Moth. I don't know. Just,
Yeah, I mean, it was
it's hard
nothing,
finding a band name
nothing
that's
too
not already
serious.
been used.
Yeah. Yeah. How's it stand up with Google? You guys are the only Astromoth out there?
Actually, we're not.
There's one more.
One in Sweden,
Sweden, yeah.
and then some guy that's like a solo act. I
Wow.
don't know where he's at. But
Yeah, so we'll probably do an Astromoth tour with all those guys later.
There you go.
I actually made
Nice.
I kind of made a meme. Well, it was like an inside joke, and I found photographs from these other bands, and I took clips, and then I made like this like a show poster for promoting an event. I was like Astromoth with Astromoth and Astromoth live in St. Louis, and it was all the three different bands all had the same name.
Yeah. It is getting tougher and tougher to come up with a
Every
name.
day
though.
gets harder. yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why we bring that question up.
Yep.
It's always interesting. So.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you guys for coming down here. Really
Thanks for
appreciate you
having
taking your
Thanks,
time
man.
coming down.
Yeah, of course.
Good luck at the show at Rock the Hops. I would bet $20 American that you'll see his face out there.
I'm
I hope
in.
so.
I'm in.
We'll see
Totally.
both your faces.
Well, you won't see me. I hide in the shadows, but I'll be there. But I don't like to be
Shadows.
seen in public. Yeah.
Yeah. He'll be lurking in the dark.
Yeah, people in this town don't like me because I say silly things on the radio station. I might have accused a few of the local citizens of horrible acts. I don't know what's happened. Maybe a few politicians even. I don't know. I don't pay attention to what I say.
Politicians deserve it.
Well, how am I going to give you a shot if you're in the shadows?
Yeah.
You'll just see a hand.
Yeah.
Come on, the shadows.
You order the shot, and my hand will come out. And I'll be there, man.
All right.
I'll be there. I don't even know which venue it's at yet, though. But
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sure.
sure.
Yeah, they'll get a list out
Yeah,
soon,
well,
yeah.
anybody
I
who
know
wants
it's
to know
on.
about that too, you can just keep checking the Rock the Hops Facebook page because
That's what I do.
Man, you got to be happy that that's coming back to town again. Great day of great music right here in this town.
Right. By the time they play, we'll have, or by the time we air this in interview, we'll probably know too.
So.
Yeah, and we just want to thank Drew and Hope too for having us on Rock the Hops.
Yeah.
Amen for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
Super cool event. So looking forward to it again this year.
Yep. Thanks so much, guys. We'll be back with more Rock the Hops, more Riverbend talent.
Right here on the Big Z, brought to you by Halpin Music Company, Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance.
And now more.
Riverbend Talent.
With Dennis Laird and Pigpen on 94.3 FM, the Big Z.
Oh, yeah, it was Genevieve.
Yeah, it was. It actually reminded me of, did you meet Mark and Patty last weekend up in Effingham, the sound crew from Wisconsin?
No, I did not.
Patty sort of talked like that.
Yeah?
They were from up in Wisconsin. Yeah, Mark, okay, yeah, you're going to take a break then, yeah, okay.
That's Fargo talk.
Well, that I told her, I said, you sound a little North Dakota-ish, and she said, well, I spent a little time up there, yeah. That sort of got Irish North Dakota. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, I was going with the movie, so that's all I know.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Saturday night here in the Riverbend, brought to you by Halpin Music Company, Mr. Matt Van Voorhis and Macias Insurance. We do this thing called Riverbend Talent, where we talk about what's going on around town, and it's Saturday night now is what we're talking about.
And we interview some people, like we just talked to Astral Moth. That was pretty cool. Those guys were a lot of fun.
All right. So there you go, in case you're new.
Welcome to the party.
Right on. And let's talk about the party this weekend. A Saturday party's going on around the Riverbend area.
All right, we got LP Trio, 7 p.m. at the Old Bakery Brewery
in Alton. And then we're not sure who's at Morrison's Irish Pub. They're still getting things together there.
I'm going to take a guess and say the Blarney Man.
Well,
it's just a guess.
I'm just saying, I know it's, I'm going to say it's, well, and I'm not going to say this because you're always surprised. But the reason I know it's backing up and going is because last weekend I seen Mila Ray Duffy.
Yeah.
And she mentioned it. So,
yeah.
Bam.
I saw the Dead Roses out in Effingham last week, and they did a great job.
So let's move on to Shea Maryland's on Saturday night. Jake Weber and the Lonesome Drifters, 8 p.m. at Shea Maryland's.
And we got, sorry about that, we got Rivertown at 5 p.m. at the Brown Bag Bistro in Alton.
Right on, the Mondin Band Acoustic doing the 5 p.m. patio set at the Pump House, and then Throw the Horns at 9 p.m. at the Pump House. That's just a great afternoon, evening of rock and roll right there.
Yeah, that's from 5 p.m. until the wee hours. Good music going on there, man.
In Wood River.
Jonathan Baker, 3 to 6 p.m. at AERIE'S Resort in Grafton.
The Vault, 3 to 7 at the Grafton Winery.
Borderline, 6 to 10 p.m. at Wild Pickens in Chesterfield this Saturday.
Double Dose of at the Hog Pit. The Chapman Brothers will do the 1 p.m. And Lead Sled, the 6 p.m. slot at the Hog Pit in Grafton.
Saw Lead Sled last weekend with a drummer for the first time. They added a drummer to the lineup. I liked it, man. Yeah. It was they were already way rock and roll for a 3-piece acoustic, but now they're not even acoustic all the way now. They got some electric guitars and stuff going, so good for Lead Sled, man. Those guys tear it up. Tanglefoot.
If you want to talk drummers, since we're on the subject.
Yeah.
Well, I'm drawing a blank on their name. Moon Glasses. Moon Glasses.
Yeah,
that's a drummer.
Yeah,
The Fade. That's a drummer.
Oh man, yeah, she can do it. Yeah, that was a good weekend of music up there. Lots of good drummers. So anyway,
you got me thinking about the drummers.
Yeah.
Those two there were the ones that stood out to me.
Yeah, there were 3 female drummers at that festival,
and they were the best.
So there you go. Tanglefoot. This Saturday night, Tanglefoot will be at the loading dock in Grafton at 6 p.m.
Not sure what's going on at Stagger and again, because what they do at Stagger and again on their webpage is they take a picture of the chalkboard, right? And they'll have the entire August up. So because today is the beginning of August, basically, I'm thinking they're just now probably erasing the chalkboard and writing all that stuff. There's a lot on this chalkboard.
Right.
But it wasn't put up yet, so I'll have to wait until they finally put that picture up.
Maybe next week.
Right.
So, here we go. We got Dajum. I don't know. D-A-G-M.
I'm going to go with the JM11 Tour. 7 p.m.
JM11 Tour.
At Imperial Pub in Granite City. I believe it's rap.
There you go. It's called Da JM 11 Tour.
Right.
Midnight Special is at Patrick's in Granite City. I think that might be some sort of like, cover band or a tribute band of some type, right?
Maybe.
Anyway.
It could be about a gun.
Could be. It's a band that likes to sing about guns.
Right.
There you go. They should play the Brighton Gun and Rod Club. I don't know.
Yeah, they
Hicktown at 9 p.m. at the Back Bar in Edwardsville on Saturday night.
John Mayall at the Wild Youth Theater in Edwardsville. And then Lanny and Julie at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville.
Decades Apart's going to be down at Doits Village Inn both Friday and Saturday this weekend.
Lanny and Julie at Big Daddy's, I mentioned that. And then Backwood Burden, 4 to 8 at Grafton Pub.
HOOKiE will be at the Grafton Oyster Bar.
Someone's calling in. They probably don't mean to, but we gotta see who it is.
This is a wrong number.
I love doing this. Hello, you're on WBGZ on Riverbend Talent. Is that what you're trying to reach?
Oh, no, I got the wrong number.
Everyone knows that now. Everyone knows that. Just so you know. Have a great day.
We should have gave him something just for getting the wrong number.
Well, he didn't even laugh when I said everyone knows it, so I was afraid he was one of those kind of guys.
Anyway, Streetcar.
Get angry at you.
Streetcar is going to be at George's local brew in Jerseyville from 7 to 10 p.m. on Saturday night. DJ Tommy's Karaoke Circus at Third Shoot in Grafton on Saturday.
The Rail Whiskey Band, 7 to 10 at Decamp Station in Staunton. And then Flip the Frog doing the Sunset Bar in Godfrey. And that wraps up Saturday.
Yeah.
In the River Bend. And we're running out of time. So let's get right into Sunday with Jack Tweston down at the Brown Bag Bistro at 2 p.m. The Mondin Band doing the Mike's 10-pin thing at 10 o'clock. You got the Alton Uni Band each Sunday at Haskell Park from 7 to 8. Kurt Copeland's Sunday Fun Day still going on at the Proof, 3 p.m. And the open mic is every Sunday and Wednesday at the Stagger in Edwardsville at 9 p.m.
Got Lanny and Julie at 4 p.m. at the Back Bar in Edwardsville. John Jarrett Baker, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. at AERIE'S Resort.
I believe that's John Jarrett. I probably accidentally left the Baker in there.
I'm just reading it.
Yeah,
I only know how to read what the teleprompter says.
You've got the guy that puts this stuff up with you, so I have the ability to edit on air, Pigpen. Now, I just edited on air. Now you can go forward.
John Jarrett Baker.
No, you put the Baker back in there. Come on, Pigpen. Help me out. No, better yet, why don't you help out John Jarrett?
Okay, John Jarrett. I don't want to screw this poor guy over. John Jarrett, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. For a joke, I will mess you over, but I'm not going to mess John Jarrett over.
I think we mentioned his name like 6 times.
There we go. John Jarrett.
Right, yeah.
2 to 6 p.m. at AERIE'S Resort. Scott Logan and Leslie Craig, 2 to 6 p.m. at the Grafton Winery.
Yacht Rockers, 4 p.m. at the Loading Dock.
And number 4, Combo at Wild Pickens in Chesterfield.
Pat Liston, 2 p.m. at the Copper Dock in Pocahontas, past that exit on the way to Framley Fest.
Yes, sir. Marty and Eric, 2 p.m. at the Pump House in Wood River.
The Wild Knights, 1 p.m. at the Hog Pit in Grafton.
Creature of Habit, 4 to 8 p.m. at the Grafton Pub.
How about this one? Joe the Horns, 2 p.m. at Third Shoot in Grafton.
It's not Throw the Horns, it's Joe the Horns.
Right.
There we go.
And then every Monday night they do the open mic at the Bottle and Barrel with the Extraordinary Blues Band. Fosterburg concerts in the park on Mondays as well.
A lot going on this weekend. And if you can't remember any of it, just log on to cottonmouth.org if you're out this weekend trying to remember who it is you wanted to see. That's the easiest way to do it. That's what I was actually reading off of there on my phone. It was pretty easy.
Right. And there's a couple weekends worth of stuff, and then the rest of the summer, even individual shows throughout the summer. So you can plan months in advance, actually, by dropping by there. We got to thank Halpin Music Company for sponsoring us, and, of course, Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance. And that's about all we got to do, right, except for our final words, all right?
That's it, man. The final words are everybody get out and support local music and art.
And if you can't get out, you can check out some live music, as we mentioned, at our website, cottonmouth.org, or you can do your part on Facebook by liking or sharing or any of that stuff. That helps out all the bands as well. We thank you for your support. We thank our sponsors, Halpin Music Company, and Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance, and we thank Fluffy for listening in his garage.
Out working on his motorcycle right now. I'm sure of it.
All right, we'll talk to you next week.